taken it.
Okay, has anybody attempted to repossess it?
I don't know how they could repossess it. The contract I had, so the contract that I had was with the bank, and that contract's been paid in full. So I have no contract with the dealership,
okay,
so they can't repossess anything.
So you have a contract from the bank saying that loan was paid in full?
I do.
And it doesn't matter, did it say it was paid in full by the dealer or by you?
It was paid in full by the dealership. To me, that's admitting guilt, that they did something wrong. Well, I cannot believe that they paid all that money back without having possession of the car. Well, I still have it.
And I think that you're possibly, with the right attorney, you're going to be entitled to a lot more than $28,000, number one. Number two, they paid back a loan which was bogus in the first place because it was figures that were finagled, allegedly, and something that they submitted. But, Stick, how did they get the fake contract with the signatures? What do you think?
Well, a local TV station had me come down.
Allegedly.
Okay. A local TV station had me come down and show them how I could remove a signature from one car buyer's credit application and put it on another car buyer's credit application. It's real easy to do with the right kind of Scotch tape. Okay, it's real, and a can of whiteout. It's real easy to do. So what I'm telling you is that I believe that they submitted what they wanted the bank to see. This is what I believe, or feel. I believe that the dealership submitted a contract to the bank that the car buyer never got to see or sign, and the dealership's ability to remove a signature and put it where they wanted it, or they had the car buyer sign a contract and not even showing her what she was looking at, giving her time to look at it, because they all had it all highlighted where they wanted to sign. Oh, sign here, and we'll be right back. It's a mere formality, and that's how it happened. It's real easy for a car dealer to do.
All right, so where do we stand today? She's got the car. The loan's paid off, but she doesn't have a title. Do you have any representation, or has anybody gone to the dealer to try and find out where the title is or what's going on?
I have not. I've been waiting for something to come in the mail, or somebody to knock on the door with something certified, anything at all, or a call, anything. I have heard not a word from them at all to this day.
Do you have a license or tags on the car?
Oh, yeah. It's registered. It's insured and registered.
In your name?
In her mom's name.
In my mom's name.
Okay. Well, okay. So
that was another thing that they did. The dealership told the bank that my Lexus was my mom's car. So they lied to the bank and told them that it was my mother's car that was being traded, and I had to fax to the bank my original registration to prove that the Lexus was actually mine and not my mother's.
Is that when the bank said we're out of this deal?
I'm sorry?
Is that when the bank told you that they would be out of the deal? They're getting out of it?
They said that was one of the things that the dealership was lying about. The bank was pretty hush-hush about a lot of things. She started to be careful about what she told me. I think she knew that, with Stick was going to be, relentless, and he wasn't going to let it go, and she got very irritated, and she was getting irritated with me, and the more she decided to tell me a lot less as things went on. She actually even eventually told me that I didn't have enough proof. I didn't have.
She's just trying
I didn't give her anything to go on to prove that they were lying.
Well, she was at that time, Rebecca. She was just trying to do damage control to turn the heat down. That's all she was trying to do.
Which is probably why 7 weeks has passed with Mom being the word. Now, Stick, have you had any conversations with the dealership since?
Oh, I called him up and got the finance manager on the phone, and I asked him, where are we at with this? When are you guys going to come clean and let's square this up? And he says, it's in our legal department's hands, and we don't have any more to say. I says, oh, so you don't have any more to say? Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you give your legal department my phone number and call them up, and maybe we can square this up? Because you know what? I says, I'm not going away from this until this car buyer is taken care of. And I can't believe that General Motors would allow a dealership to do this to a customer and look the other way.
What we need to do is we have to find out in our vast network of legal representers, someone that's one of our contractual experts and fraud experts to step up and take care of this, hopefully to get Rebecca delivered more than $28,000 and or a free car and or both. I think it's very possible that, I'm not a lawyer, but again, I think that we're going to, our next show, when we get back and bring you more here on Scam Shooters, we're going to have contacted some attorneys with Rebecca to see what legal ground she has to stand on. And I don't know about you folks, but give us a call and tell us what you think after hearing this about how you think that Rebecca's going to fare in this situation. What do you think, Stick?
Well, I think that people need to be aware of what's going on in the car dealerships. And a lot of this stuff that we're talking about right now, your local TV stations are not going to tell you as a consumer.
But with Rebecca's situation, what do you think could possibly happen with her?
Well, what could happen, being as an expert witness in the past, the court, if everything's properly presented, the court could actually award her the car and 2 or 3 times the amount of that car in punitive damages.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Rebecca, once again, we want to thank you for taking the time to tell us your story here on this edition of Scamshooters. And we are certainly going to continue the situation. We're going to make some attempts to contact the dealership as well and get their actual response recorded. And then, of course, we're going to maybe give you some assistance and guide you with some legal representation, talk to the right people. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that will pick this up on a contingency basis once the evidence has been presented. I know I would.
Oh yeah,
I'm hoping so, and I'm hoping that people will, learn to pick up the phone if things don't seem right and call the bank and ask for your credit application. A lot of people wouldn't even think to do that. They need to do that, and they need to take charge and not let dealerships or anybody do this to anyone. Elderly people, young kids, anybody
Rebecca,
at all. It's just
Rebecca. You ever notice in the state of Arizona, most car dealers, okay, not all but most, when you fill out the credit application, do you ever get a copy of it? You don't know.
Did not get a copy of it.
You don't know what they're going to send to the bank.
Mhm. And I'd like to thank you, Stick, too, for all your help. He has been right by my side every single day on the phone, hours and hours of his time that he does not get paid for, and he's just been awesome. He's a great guy, and he's really done so much for me so far, and I really thank you, and I wanted to thank you for that.
Well, thank you. And Rebecca, we want to thank you for stepping up and telling us your story. Stick, good job. I think we got a little work to do. Get out there and do some scam shooting. What do you think, buddy?
You bet. Let's do it.
All right, so folks, there you have it. That's Rebecca, and we're going to find out if she gets to keep her Sebring and maybe a little bit more. You've been listening to Scam Shooters with yours truly, Big Ray Petty, and our investigative reporter, Stick Bogart. Stay tuned for another edition right here on this network.